Hello, Mr. Johnson. Jessie Knauss with Salesforce.
Hey, how are you?
Take a seat?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm very happy that Bobby was able to set this meeting up with us.
Yeah.
Very fortunate that I ran into him at the game.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to talk about some stuff, so I'm glad that I have a little bit of an overview of what's going on here.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hear more about your side.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. Here's my business card.
Okay.
It's got all of my contact information, email, cell phone. Please feel free to contact me with any questions you have. I'll be available for you at any time.
Okay.
Before we get started, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself.
Okay.
I've been with Salesforce now for a year and a half. I've been in the Atlanta area for about 6 months now.
Okay.
And I currently manage about 43 clients in the area.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to go over an agenda with you.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So we'll start out. I'd like to get a little bit of company information from you. I got a little bit from Bobby, but I'd like to hear more about, what Duluth Operating Group is, what they do, things like that. I'd like to hear more about what you do as the president of the company.
Okay.
What your day-to-day is like, any issues that you face during your day. I'd like to hear about those things, see if we can, help you out with that with our program. And then I'd like to go into some discussion about any, issues you guys have with your current system. I know that Bobby was saying you're really looking to just completely revamp your CRM system. So I think that's something that we can help you with.
Yeah, that's something that we're definitely interested in.
And then if you're still interested, we will go into like a demo with the actual system, get your hands a little dirty with it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Does that sound, like a good use of your time?
Yeah.
I know we have about 20 minutes. That's still good, correct?
Yes, 20 minutes is the timeline. I'm having a meeting right after this.
Okay, perfect. I will not waste your time then. So can you tell me a little bit about Duluth Operating Group?
Yeah, so we offer cleaning services for many different cities. Right now we have 4 different cities. Mainly we're stationed here in Duluth. As the president, I mainly do like managerial type things, like problem solving on like a more company-wide scale. I don't do that much of like the little stuff, although like with the system, like I've been seeing a lot of those problems, so that's why I agreed to this meeting today to kind of like get into that. I kind of do mostly, like I said, like managerial things. I have like my own little staff, that kind of a thing. So it's mostly just like I problem solve on the big level. That's mostly what I do.
Sounds good. Can you tell me maybe one of the biggest issues you face in your day-to-day?
So one of the biggest issues right now is that I'm having to solve all these smaller problems, mainly to do with this operating system. The CRM system right now, we're using multiple different ones. It's wasting our time, we feel like. It's just not a good use of our time in total. That's like one of the biggest pet peeves of mine right now, is having to deal with that, because I like to deal with just like managerial type things, because I've grown the business so much.
Yes. So. Okay, so one of the things that Bobby mentioned when we were talking was your current system is lacking some things that you're looking for.
Yes. Correct?
Can you maybe tell me some of the things that are lacking in it?
So right now we're having trouble like tracking like who's doing what, as far as like what actual clients are getting what services, and from who, like what maintenance staff is like going to do that. We have a lot of problems with like growth. Like right now we're really trying to grow, but we're having trouble expanding in the way that like contacting new people is hard, because it's hard to see like who's been contacted, who needs to be contacted, and like having a unified system where I can see where people want to be contacted, because right now I can't do that. Those are like the biggest thing, communication flow, that we don't have right now. That's something that we really want to look for. Just to regain that lost time is like the main thing. We really wanted like a system that could help us grow on our way up.
Okay. I think that's definitely something we can help you with.
Okay.
You mentioned you're losing time because of the current system that you guys are with.
Yes.
Can you quantify how many hours you, as well as your sales team, are losing in a week?
Okay, so it's kind of tough to say. Over the course of a week, I would say I probably lose like 10 to 15 hours just by myself.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's a lot of like problem solving, and when a lot goes wrong on the bottom level, it really works its way up. For our salespeople, I would say they probably deal with it more than me. I would say like 15 to 20 hours a week.
Okay. And you were mentioning more like your system, you wanted to have like an overview of everything. So with your current system, what's going on with that? You guys have multiple systems?
Yeah, so each city has its own system.
Okay.
So we have 4 different ones. So I log into all the different ones to be able to see like who's doing what, and that's the same thing for like this sales manager has this system. Sales manager in Jacksonville has a completely different system and login than the ones that are in Duluth and our other cities. So it's kind of hard right now having to like alternate back between all of them.
I can see where you guys are losing some time, the time you mentioned. That's a lot, having 4 different systems. I can see why you're pushing for more of a complete central system.
Yeah.
So moving on, you mentioned some growth. You guys aren't growing as much?
We're growing right now. We're growing about 3.6%, I believe, overall. Yeah. So we are experiencing growth. We would like it to be more. It takes the businesses, the industry is kind of slow. So we do pride ourselves in our growth and our revenue this year, but we are trying to grow more and faster.
So while I was researching, for this meeting, I saw that you guys did $48.6 million in sales. So really, that's a pretty good growth.
Yes.
3.6% of 48.5 million. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So with the current system, can you maybe let me know how many new clients you guys bring in per year?
So like for instance, this year we signed about 5 annual contracts.
Okay.
So that's about where we're at this year.
Okay.
So and that's a substantial amount because like I said, like they're big buildings, so like they are high dollar clients.
Yes. So that's really great. But if you look at it from, how many salespeople you guys have about 25.
Yes.
Is what I saw. That's only maybe one person bringing in 5 new clients or 2 people bringing in, 2 apiece or something.
Yeah.
So with the new system, I feel like you guys can maybe increase the amount of new clients you guys are bringing in.
Yeah, that's something definitely that I'm interested in growing.
Okay. With this old system you guys are using, with the 4 different systems, can you tell me a little bit about how your sales force feels about it? Because that you and Bobby, I know you guys are involved with it. You guys take a look at it, but they're really the ones, that are dealing with it on a daily basis.
Yeah. So our sales system right now, like I do hear a lot of complaints coming up from the sales teams right now. It's very frustrating because it wastes their time. I feel like that factors into the whole growth thing because I feel like they're so frustrated they're not like using their time wisely. So that's definitely an issue. I don't want them to be stressed out, but I would like for them to be less stressed out and work more efficiently and add more people. So that's something they find it hard. They can't just because it's not one unified system, you can't just type in somebody's name and look for anything like that. You would have to search all 4 if you were looking for a certain client, if you didn't know what city they were in. Or if somebody has multiple offices, you would have to search every single one to see which one they're declining and which one they're not.
And that goes back to, losing time. Time is money, and, we really want to help you out with that. So with your sales team stressed out, I saw that they have about, in Duluth, each salesperson has about 10 clients.
Yes.
And the other ones kind of have, the other locations, Jacksonville, Nashville, and Augusta, have about 4 or 5 clients per person.
Well, it depends. Are you talking about our sales team or
your sales team?
So our sales team, we have about 10 across 10 to 11 per person right now across the board. That's about average.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's not really, a heavy load of clientele, I would say.
No, it's not.
Okay, because I do about 43 clients I mentioned earlier.
Oh, wow.
And, it's a breeze, really, with the system. It's not a problem. I don't feel stressed. I can easily access information, which is something you mentioned. It's harder for your sales team to see the things they need to see in this current system.
Do you feel like you're organized in that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, the system is very easy to use. It's customizable. That's something a lot of my clients are excited about, is the ability to, make it as easy to use and as customizable as possible for them and their market.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So does this sound, like something you would like to, learn more about?
Yeah. And before you move on to anything else, I did have a question about the training that would go into this because, like I said, we are tight on time now, and I don't want to invest in something that's training wise that's going to be too strenuous. So can you tell me a little bit about the training process that would go into this?
Yes. So for our training, it's a bundle. It's included in our installation fee of $18,000.
Okay.
Which I know sounds like a lot,
Okay.
But in retrospective, it will pay off because our training is it's an online training. It's called
Okay.
Trailhead. All of our representatives go through it, so we all will have the same knowledge of the system. If you guys have any questions or anything, it takes about 7 hours. You can do it in a day if you need to. Spread it out over a week, depending on how much time you have. So really, it's a very efficient training system that we offer.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. That was just
Okay.
something that I was kind of wondering on. And
Mhm.
also, we keep talking about growth and like saving
Mhm.
time. How can this system like help us grow specifically? How have you seen that other companies have used it to grow?
So Salesforce, our system, it offers a lead tracking option to it. So you go in and you can easily track new leads.
Okay.
So, you call somebody, they may not that first time, obviously, they may not, want to buy this product, but then you can continue to contact them. Otherwise, with like some of your systems that I've heard, if there are multiple destinations of the customer you're going after, you may, lose that information, the contact information, within these 4 systems you had. So you may be, contacting the same company, but with a different representative from it,
Yeah.
So I think it's easier to, have the same contact of that company and continue to, stay in contact with them to see if this is something that they would like to, move forward with.
Yeah. That sounds like great.
So do you want to take a look at it?
Yeah, I would love to take a look at it.
So this is I'm going to hand it over to you
Okay.
so that you can click through here. This is the home page. If you'll go to these little bubbles here.
Okay.
And go to our sales dashboard. So
Okay.
this is where you, Bobby, and your sales team would all go to, get information, input information, anything really that has to do with sales you can do in this system.
Okay.
So we talked about the new leads.
Okay.
So there's where you can input new leads.
Okay.
If you will just, type a prospective lead in.
Okay. Okay.
And so this would be, you input a new lead and this is what you would see. And there are many things you can do with this. Activity. It's
Okay.
really important to keep up with your activity, as I'm sure you know. So you can have a new task, log a call, enter a new event, or, keep up with the emails you've sent between each other.
Mhm.
And this also helps with, minimizing double calls.
Yeah.
People don't like to be called multiple times by multiple different people.
Yeah.
So this will help your sales team, know what's going on with a specific client.
Okay.
The other thing that you mentioned was being able to, track territories and the client options you offer. I know you guys offer about four popular options, correct?
Yeah.
And do you all do a customizable
We also have a
schedule?
customizable one where they can do whatever they want, but we try to stick to the 4 just because it's easily.
Yeah. But with the system, you can, have more customizable options because it's easier to track those.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you go to dashboards,
Okay.
this is like your I mentioned earlier that this is a very customizable program.
Mhm.
In here, you would be able to, pull up all of your information and have it categorized by territory
Okay.
or the client option that they're using. So
Okay.
anything really that you need to categorize it as and find it quickly and easily, this is where you could, create that dashboard to find all the information.
Okay. Yeah.
Were there any other issues we had discussed?
I think that was about it.
Those
I
were
mean,
the
I
two
had
things.
mentioned training, but I doubt you can pull that up right now.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think I like what I'm seeing right now. How much is this going to cost?
Okay. Yes. Our favorite subject, correct? So for Salesforce, it's $85 per person.
Okay.
So we do $85. And Bobby mentioned you guys have about 60 people you'd want on the system.
Yeah, I wanted to keep about 60.
Okay, so 60 people. So that's about $25,000
Okay.
just to have, your 60 people on it per year.
Okay.
Plus the one-time $18,000 installation fee, which includes the training, and it's a one-time fee. It's not anything that will continue to have to pay.
Okay.
But with this system, I think that we can, at least increase your revenue by 1%. So 1%, 48.6 million. That's a big number. That's about that much right here. And so you're 25,000, 18,000. Not this much.
Okay.
So as you can see, you're getting a lot more than what you're putting in for the system.
Yeah, that is very true.
Also, if we want to, see what else the value of this can be, you mentioned you guys are losing a lot of time.
Yeah.
So we'll go with your salespeople. Your salespeople are losing about 20 hours a week, correct?
Okay.
Can you, put a dollar amount on that?
We start them off about $15. So $15.
About $300 a week times
Okay.
60.
Yeah.
So, and you're getting that back plus what we're getting in growth revenue.
Yeah.
So, really, 300 times 60, you're getting all of this for this price. Is that something that's interesting?
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. Yeah, that's definitely something to consider.
Okay. So, does anybody else need to be involved in signing a contract today? I'd like to turn you to sign one.
Well, I would like to take the contract to look at, but I
Okay.
won't be signing it today. I would like to set up another meeting after I talk with kind of my team that will be using it more, because more than just me will be using it, kind of see where they stand on it, and then possibly meet with you again next week.
Yeah, next week, what time?
I'm free Thursday for lunch, and we could probably round up some other people.
Okay. Sounds wonderful. If there's anything else you need between now and Thursday, you have my card. Please feel free to contact me. And I look forward to seeing you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you.